What's up, y'all? This is the Cotopaxi Allpa 35, a 35-liter carry-on travel bag that is designed to be sort of your, the only thing you need when you go out and travel. It's very durable. It's got grab handles everywhere. It opens up clamshell, lots of internal organization for compartmentalizing your gear. Let's take a look at it. So when you walk up into the club or into Iquitos, Peru to get into a little medicine ceremony or something like that, or Mexico City to get some street food and some fancy good stuff. You wanna be able to be nimble. You wanna be able to move around. You don't wanna have a lot of travel drag. You know what this bag reminds me of? It reminds me of the first bag that got me into one bag travel, the Manal carry-on bag. They really taught me about the idea of travel drag, where while you're traveling, there's dangles and there's stuff all over the place, like getting caught on airplane arm rests and shit like that. That's one of the first things you'll notice about this bag is it's very agile. You'll be able to move around a lot with it. It's comfortable. It's quite comfortable. You've got the hip straps, you've got the shoulder straps, both of which can be completely hidden away, so you're just operating with those handles on the bag. Let me show you that here. On these straps, you have a clippy clapper that just goes right inside here. This back mesh panel, same thing with these hip straps. They just float right into there. So the whole thing can be hidden away and you're in good, if you're in car camping mode, or if you're in check-in mode, or maybe you want to get it like this when you're carrying it on the plane so you can easily throw it in the overhead compartment. While we're back here, let's take a look at these straps and the back panel setup. Okay, one of my things about this bag, actually, let's come back to this. Let's show you the organization first. So this bag opens up clamshell, which means you get access to the whole kit and caboodle. So check this out. One big main compartment over here, all right? This is where I've packed out, I've got my Peak Designs, the large packing cube, my favorite packing cube, super lightweight, lots of functionality, which is weird that a packing cube would have so much functionality, but it's nice. You've got the dirty clothes hamper built into it. You've got the easy ability to just rip it right open. I like that thing a lot. Then I've got just another basic packing cube right here that fits. I think if you really tried, you'd get two of those Peak guys in here. Or if maybe you didn't fill them up completely, two of those Peak guys would be the way that I would go. I'll put a link to those in the description below at this time code. And right underneath that, I'll put a link to just my carry accessories page where I list my favorite travel packing cubes. The Eagle Creek Spectre series is really good too, because they're just lightweight. You don't have to deal with anything, right? Packing cubes. Why are we spending mental bandwidth on packing cubes? Those links below. All right, so you see this mesh? It's just it's sort of a very standard mesh. It's got durability. That's one of the things that you're gonna see in this bag again and again. This has got a lifetime warranty. They want you to be able to either repair it yourself, send you stuff to repair it yourself, or you send in your bag, they're gonna repair it, send you a new one maybe even. They on their warranty, they're like, if you drop your bag into a volcano, chances are it's gonna burn. I don't know if volcanoes are covered under their warranty because, they're a real company. They're not out here making billions and billions of dollars. This Cotopaxi company does a lot of good shit for the world. They're a B Corp. All right, and they're putting 1% of their profits all into community development type stuff. They do projects all over the place. Really, really solid soul to this company. I love those of you who are supporting this company and traveling proudly with their gear. So this is your big main compartment, but then over here you have a little less capacity. You can see how thick this is over here compared to here. But over here, this is a whole medium size, just a big cavern in the bag. So in there, I've actually got a couple things. My Air Dopp Kit, which is my preferred Dopp Kit. It's bigger than some people like, but I like to have all the organization because I actually live out of this. This isn't like just the one I use for when I travel. This is up behind the mirror, and I have all my little pills and Band-Aids for when my son breaks something on his skin or something like that. Everything's in here, including my earplugs that I need, and I'm always so glad that because I forgot to put in the earplugs, but I brought this, and like 4 years ago, I put earplugs in there, and they're still there. That's why I like this guy. There's a lot of compartments. I'll put a link to this below, and I'll put a link below that to my favorite Dopp kits, of which this is the one I'm currently using. I got a pair of just chill, little thin shoes. When you travel, if you have to bring shoes, you wanna bring the smallest, like the Vans Classics or these Fayus, which I'm trying out because I'm doing another video on barefoot shoes. More coming soon. But biggest trick for travel is if you can just do away with shoes entirely. A lot of us, that's not a possibility. Right now, I've got like boots on. They're really sort of silly looking because they're brand new, but they're barefoot boots. And I find that a lot of times if I'm gonna be in a wintry vibe, I just travel in the boot, and then that's the only thing I bring. But sometimes it's nice to have like a more casual sneaker. Most of my life though, I've just worn these. I'll have a sandal or something in the bag. Traveling minimally means sometimes leaving the shoes. And that can be hard at first. And then when you get there, it can also be hard if you brought the wrong one. But then the next time, you'll make a better decision. And you wouldn't have made that great decision if you didn't constrict yourself the first time. So whenever you're traveling, a little piece of advice, know that this isn't like the last time you're traveling. This is just another notch on the counting rope, so to speak, so that you're gonna learn better and better and better over time how to really fully drop in to travel. Let your like prefrontal cortex just like off gas completely. Get all the email out of your fucking amygdala and just, now we're looking at like some empanada street vendor wondering how badly, how hungry we actually are. Another thing I have in here is just a field pouch from Peak Design. This is a great pouch. It has some things on the back here. You can just put like on your belt. You can carry it with a strap if you want. Nice little sort of, I guess, man purse or something like that, or woman purse. But what I do is when I carry I love traveling with this guy, my Fuji X100T. I just find that carrying it around like this on me when I'm out and about is like my preferred way of just getting the shots that I want to get, and it's got a good look. Traveling with a funky old camera like this is digital, it's not that old, but traveling with a camera that takes good pictures, this is really all you need. And so I really should be committing just to this, to be really minimal. But there's something about this that I'm still sort of attracted to. So I find myself putting it in the pouch and taking it with me. Shout out to all my people who bring actual cameras around. Now this is really small compared to a lot of you. I know that. Some of you have the whole like bring the kit and the lens and this is a travel trip and all that stuff. I get it, that's cool. Then check this out, top of this bag, you have two little pouches up here. Okay, one of them is your rain fly, all right? This is to make this bag, waterproof effectively. Not waterproof, rainproof. So it goes all the way around and sucks up over, so none of the zippers are gonna get any water in it. Thanks, Cotopaxi. And it still is kind of bulky. It's a bummer to use a whole pocket on this bag for it, but it's a great space to put it. Then over in this little guy, I just put some sort of tech dongles and little doohickeys. Like I have this TSA approved like Leatherman tool, which just has a couple little doojobbies on it, but no knife, because otherwise the TSA would take it every time. But this is TSA approved. I'll put a link to this in the description below. It's actually on my carry accessories page at matterful.co. Little things like this can come in handy. Headphone splitters and little crap that you just might need when you're out and about with the wife. Okay, so I wanted you to get a sense of just this inner compartment, this organization like this is actually really great. It's really great. When you open it up, you know what's gonna be over here. This is typically the stuff that I'm not gonna need to get into, all right? And this is the stuff that I might be like kind of hunting and getting my camera out. Oh, we're going around. Maybe before I put my bag in the hostel or the hotel or something like that, I'm gonna jump in and get my camera because we're there, but we're gonna walk around this market. So I'll put my bag down and grab that stuff. This makes that easy. But wait, there's more, okay? There's two more things, well, three more things I wanna show you about the organization here, okay? One of them is the fact that on this black zipper back here, I actually have access to that main compartment where my 2 packing cubes were. So that might be an argument against using packing cubes, because one of the things you could do is like shove your jacket or your whatever in here, and that makes it nice and easy to grab. Or maybe you can fit it whatever you need, whatever is like, this is just an accessible thing. There's not a lot of accessible stuff on this bag from the external access point of view. I can quickly get into this, which is killer. Another thing on this side, blue zipper, is laptop compartment. You can easily fit 15, 17, I think a 17-inch laptop fits fine in here as well. And then you've got a tablet thing right here, okay? So your smaller tablets. Here's my iPad Pro 11-inch, and it fits in there like perfect. It's got about at least 2 inches, you know, on one side there. Okay, so laptop compartment on one side, and then the access to the main packing compartment on the other side. Now, there's one more pocket, but before I show you that, I want to show you that every single one of these external zippers have on them a little loop that you can get your zippers through here, which means no pickpocketies can get your stuff. Every single one of these guys has the ability to do that. So peace of mind when you're traveling on the road, and a lot of you care about that. And you're like that. It's a low tech, really a cheap solution that like does not need to be updated. Like this is great. It actually, like you'll find yourself not doing it a lot if you're getting in and out of the bag, because you actually do have to work a little bit to get your shit out of there. You have to kind of focus to get those zippers out. Okay, and then the final pocket that I want to show you on this bag is the top front. This is our external access right here. This is everything that you want to have on the road in here, all your in-transit items, okay? You do have, like I said, access to that main compartment from the outside of the bag, but that's the main compartment. So you'll have to design what you need to access on the go, however you carry. This bag will be great at you'll figure out your own way of carrying with this bag. But what I think a lot of us will do, certainly what I have done, is all the grab and go type stuff go in here. Like my Bluetooth headphones, my Sennheiser PXC 550s, which I live in. I take these all over the place and love them. I'll put a link in the description below to my favorite Bluetooth headphones. I did a deathmatch review of these things, and probably something I need to update here in a little while, but the truth is, I have not needed to get rid of these yet. So what's awesome about this pocket size is it is a medium size, okay? Can you see how much of my hand is in there? You see how much we can fit in here? This is a snacks pocket. You guys, we're gonna go nuts on snacks in here. Grab one of these pouches, fill them up with snacks, have it in there. You get to where you're going, the kids sit down. All right, everybody sit down. We got here you get a granola bar, you get that. Mommy and I are splitting a chocolate bar, dark chocolate. The kids don't like that. It's not actually, we're getting, special treatment. One of the tricks in life is if you have a bar of decent chocolate, Choco Love, 60%, a little indulgent, 70%, feel like, less guilty. But it is one of the best bites per dollar that I've found. And when you're sitting on a tarmac, and they do that thing where they're like, okay, hold on, we're gonna check on the engine thing. Well, everybody just hold tight. 4 hours later, you're still on the tarmac and you're just now getting to the last square of your chocolate. Like you have a lot more of your sanity since you have that chocolate. Because if you didn't, You'd have nothing like, nothing sweet, sensual, really, I don't know. It feels luxurious to have a piece of good chocolate. This is if you like dark chocolate. I'm not talking about Snickers here, and I'm not talking about milk chocolate. Get away from the sugar. Get away from that crap if you, as much as possible when you're traveling, because it's just gonna put you into a deficit. That's all I'm gonna say on snacks right now. You can go to matterful.co/snacks. I list out all my favorite kind of snacks to travel with. Beef jerky is a big one. Trail mix is a huge one. Getting good kinds of nuts, good kind, like grass-fed beef. You don't want to be supporting, karmically, you just don't want that on your spirit. Now, inside of here, there's a couple more things I want to show you. There's another mesh pocket with an internal divider, zipped, and then there's a couple pouches, all right? One a little bit smaller than the other. These are effectively worthless. I don't know what's going to put in there that'll stay. Everything that I've put in there immediately falls out when I move the bag around or something like that. So it's mostly maybe for your passport fit in there, which is good because then you're zipped and then on the top of the bag with an actual compartment, or zipper safety thing. So grabbing and going, when I'm on the road with this thing, everything comes from here. Everything, all my glasses case goes in here. Everything just kind of thrown in here. There's also a little key loop, by the way, which I wish they would have put inside of this zippered pocket, because I always like to have my keys away. My keys get me into my house, which I've left. They get me into my cars, which are not here. Okay, a couple criticisms on this bag. It's floppy. All right, it's very floppy. If you don't pack it out full, it can be kind of floppy. It's a little too big, I think, even, like I've seen pictures of people cruising around like the markets as a daily carry. Not my go-to thing. I don't like to use this big of a thing as my daily carry, even though my family does tend to bring a lot of stuff. So I'll opt for, like, this is another thing from Cotopaxi. This is their Luzon. They have a few of these packable bags, which are great. I love. Nice little pocket in here, a little like bladder sort of pocket in here. Cool story about these is they are actually put together by the factory workers. They're just grabbing like bits and pieces of fabric and they're just putting this together themselves. Like you get a little note from like Brenda made your bag. It's crazy. Some people really dislike the style of that. I don't have a problem with it. It's everything about these guys is very, South America, very Peru, very let's travel around, sort of a hippie, outdoorsy, competent vibe, which I like. And this thing, it's just fabric. So you just throw it inside of stuff. It doesn't take very much space, doesn't add very much weight at all. So it can be floppy when it's not packed out enough, which is like, I actually kind of like the look of it when it's floppy a little bit more. The thing I dislike is when you pack it out a bunch, it just is moundy. It's really moundy. Everything's so soft. One criticism here is on this back, which I'll come back to now. I wish there was a hard surface in here. I wish there was a stiff surface to keep this a little more weight distribution all through my back, all through the bag. Instead, it mounds up and you'll feel like, big mounds against your back. And I don't want to harp too much on that because a lot of bags are like that, right? And this is super durable. It's gonna last a really long time and has that lifetime warranty. That's really unique. And it's only $200, at least at the time I'm making this. And the company's got this like B Corp serious soul value stuff where you know that your money is actually contributing to solving problems in the world instead of just contributing to them. So this bag has a ton going for it. That's not even mentioning the way that it's organized, the way that you can compartmentalize your stuff. A lot of people really love how this bag does that. I wish it did have a more rigid thing in the back, a little more of a comfortable harness system. There's nothing uncomfortable about this. It's just that the bag's so soft and gooey, it's just that it's so, which makes it great for, just rucking around, throwing it into stuff. You've got the handles all over the place. But I think a lot of you are gonna notice that it's floppy, that it's very unstructured right? Now you can feel a little piece of something stiff in there, but I'm talking like I want something really stiff. Like here's an interesting bag. This is from Kathmandu. I don't highly recommend this bag, but it does have a very comfortable back panel and like literal actual pieces of metal. Like I'm pushing hard on this. That makes this whole thing distribute its weight across your back, including your lumbar, really, really well. I did a whole review on this. I'll put a link in the description below. There's a lot of reasons why it won't be the best solution for a lot of you travelers out there, but I love this harness system. This is really great. That's where I think that this Allpa 35 is like one update away from, right? If they had like a piece of metal that goes just around to keep it really sturdy and some decent lumbar support, this thing would be really, really a killer contender for like your one and done, forget about it travel bag, because it has all the space. It's really utilitarian organized. It's not like there's a specific pocket for specific things. It's all just, internal organization is set up such that any of us can use it for a wide number of uses. A couple other bags I think you should know about to compare this to. This Topo 40-liter travel bag, it also comes in a 30-liter, which I would recommend if you can do the 30-liter because it fits under the seat in front of you. It looks like this, just a little bit smaller, and this looks quite large. This is a little thinner and taller, okay, than this guy. Lots of space, lots of organization. I'll put a link in the description below at this time code to this bag. The Topo stuff is very killer. I dig it. Another interesting one. Now this is simple. It's just one big sack with a couple pockets here on the outside. The Heim Planet Monolith 40-liter. This is their original version. It's slightly smaller than this, which means it's more carry-onable because anyways, it fits on more airline carry-on compliance lists. But it's just massive and super comfortable. 1680D ballistic nylon all the way across. I don't think I even mentioned that over here. All of it's written up at the right up at matterful.co. 1680D ballistic nylon, 1000D TPU-coated on the outside here, so you've got the weather resistance on this thing, but none of the zips have a weather seal. That's why there's the rainfly. This Heim Planet, I love this bag personally. Really comfortable straps, just load it up, and it's just a massive gear hauler. I really dig it. But the one that everybody definitely needs to know about, of course, is the Peak Design travel bag. More expensive than a lot of these others, but you've got superb water resistance throughout, lots of organization, and lots of external access and internal access. And you hear me clicking this thing apart. It does this thing where you can kind of like close it from 45 liters down to 35 liters, and now it's like, oh, now you can kind of carry it as a daily carry. I think it's still way too big. But I find this back really comfortable because it's got that rigidity that I'm looking for in this. Some people complain about the straps being not as comfortable as they want. I've never had a problem with them. I think more athletic frames won't have any problems typically. But if you are carrying a bunch of bricks, maybe, I don't know. I've never had a problem with these straps, but I've heard a handful of people talk about it. What I love about that, I just think it's jet black, like looks sick. It comes in a sage green too. But all the external access, all the organization, all the features. You spend more on this though. This at $200 with a lifetime warranty is pretty sensational. Now the final piece here that I haven't mentioned is this little sack ajouia over here. This little, this is an accessory for your water bottle. And I keep doing this to it because I'm like, ugh, it's not my favorite piece of kit. But the good news is it is useful. It is functional. I wish they would have put one of those great mesh, like the stretchy kind of mesh on the outside here somewhere where I can really lock in a water bottle, because this bag is built for serious travel. I mean, and when you're seriously traveling, you don't know where you're going to get potable water. So you want to have a water bottle. So that's where, for me personally, I think I would take that, this guy over here. Again, got to get the zipper out of the thing. And this would I'd try to find a way to get that into there, right? Now my water bottle is totally accessible inside my main compartment where my packing cubes are. Hopefully it'll stay there, but there's a chance it slides down here, slides down there, and then you're carrying it, and because this is so soft, you can feel wherever it is. Okay, I've written up about this at Matterful. That'll be the link down below in the description just after that first one. The first link will be a link to go straight to their website, see if you want to purchase it. Some of the links below are affiliate links, which means that I get reimbursed if you purchase something at no cost to you. I'm like a digital sales rep that way. But my relationship primarily and fundamentally, well, first of all, is with myself and my family and my wife and with the road, because when we're out and traveling, we learn a lot about ourselves. And bringing that insight into telling you what this is actually, these products are like to travel with, is really what my goal is. So not trying to sell you this bag. I do want to get you into a bag because I know how much it'll change the way you travel if you're carrying something shitty, pardon my French. But if you're not really putting your energy into being able to get onto the road in a way that you feel comfortable, right? Some people will think about that way too much. Some of you have already been looking for the perfect bag for way too long, and you need to just pick something. This is an awesome bag to just pick. Really a bummer that it doesn't have a better built-in water bottle pocket. Some of you won't care at all. Really a bummer that it doesn't have a more robust sort of frame in this for me. A lot of you won't care at all. Because once you pack it out, if you don't pack it too much, if it's not too moundy or bulky, you're gonna have a blast getting around with it because it is quite comfortable. It's soft, it's got the mesh breathability back there, right? I've just seen in like the especially the Peak bag, the Air travel bag, I'll put a link to that in the description below at this time code. That's one of the ones that I recommend a lot of people. It's either the Peak, the Topo, or the Air. Those are the ones that I'm like, you want lots of organization, you want it to look right for you, you want it to feel comfortable, and then you don't want it to break down. One of the biggest things this has going for it, besides the fact that it's that B corporation, we've got a ton of soulful values in the company, and I just want to support companies like that. I just want to. This durability and lifetime warranty thing over here is legit. For $200 to get that is a big deal. So this is, I believe, the kind of bag, I get a lot of products here. Not all of them are worth committing to. Right? This is totally worth committing to. A great travel bag doesn't mean necessarily that it travels exactly the way that you already do, but it does mean that it has a way of travel that is good, and that if you learn how to travel the way this travels, you will enjoy travel more. And that is it. If you can enjoy the journey more, you have won the game. It's like you win. My name's Chase Reeves, and I'm all about enjoying the journey more. And I'm not just talking about travel these days, we're talking about life goods, everyday goods, right? For our life. Why? Because your life matters. Because you matter. Why? Because you're a potential Trump voter. Some of you are like, yeah, I am. And some of you are like, I am? The decisions you make in life matter because they affect a lot of us. Right? And the decisions that you can make to support yourself can rise your system. The way I think of a person is this, like, maybe think of it as a rod or a pole, but there's all of these lines that come off connecting to other rods or poles. And it's like this energetic system where you're just one node in this whole community of your close friends, your family, the people you interact with on a day, your coworkers. You are in the field, right? And when you update and upgrade how you are there, then you're upgrading the entire field. And that's exciting. I think travel is one of those ways that we can kind of upgrade our system. I think reading and learning, maybe there's YouTube channels that are, this Academy of Ideas YouTube channel, I love that one. Conversations and podcasts. What are you doing to kind of upgrade your system? Because it's the wetware. This is useful because it's a physical product that gets our physical sort of organism out into a new environment, right? Physical. When we're there, our wetware, okay? Our actual software, our underlying thought technologies can be interacted with, can be questioned, because they do things different here. And so our modalities are like not necessarily very useful. So we start to realize our ruts. We start to realize what we are constantly doing, what we're almost like blindly just doing in our lives. And that is where resentment lives, and where frustration lives, and where all sorts of things that we probably don't want in our everyday life. That's where they live. So when we upgrade our system in some small but meaningful way, we're upgrading the entire system. And that to me, that's kind of what we need, right? We need consumers making intelligent decisions. And we need companies educating consumers, putting products in front of people that aren't pieces of shit, that will keep their promise. And you guys, trust me, I can tell by the emails that people are reaching out to me, and by the way Instagram ads are going, and Facebook ads and stuff like that. Having a good product, you can make it look really good. You can really make stuff look good in the world. I'm a marketer. That's what I've done professionally. Luckily, I've only ever done it for things that were actually good. But I've seen a lot of products come across my doors, and just scrolling through Instagram or something, where you just get to look at it close in and you realize, like, dude, this is bullshit. This is not a good product. This is not thoughtfully conceived, and it does not support the ecosystem of the entire, of Spaceship Earth, of the people that are making it. They're not getting paid enough, all that stuff. That's where this company, Cotopaxi, is like a fucking beacon, like a real beacon in the world. One of the pioneers of some of this kind of conscious company building stuff. So I'm super impressed by this company. I love this product. I think it would be so, like, all of you people going out to South America should just be forced to use this, because it'll be a part of the experience. Love it, not a waste of money. Something's gonna last you for a long time, maybe your entire life, with their lifetime warranty. All right, I've been Chase Reeves. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're interested in conscious consumption and figuring out how we get the most out of our daily life. I know that, like, you might not be thinking you want to watch bag reviews, but you'd be surprised how much like life stuff we get into when we talk about these products. I know a lot of you subscribers are like, I see that a lot. I started watching because I was interested in a bag, and now I don't need any bags, and I still watch them. Shout out to all my people paying attention and watching and paying attention to their life. Thank you. L'chaim. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.